Hey, real quick before we start this video, this is a game from a live stream that I did earlier this week that focused on Gundam Star Deck battles. So it's linked in the description if you guys want to see the full VOD, so you can check that out too. Also, if you guys want to see the decks that we're just using the standard deck list for the Star Decks for these. And if you guys want to know what those look like, you can check out my deck builder on Eggman Events, linked in the description. You can go to the Gundam section, go to the structure decks, and then it's all 4 of these. So for example, Star Deck 1, these are the cards that are in the deck. And if you guys want to see those and many other cards that have been revealed already for the Gundam card game, you can find them there. So make sure to check it out if you haven't already. Hit that like and subscribe and enjoy the match. All right, we've got me on the left with Star Deck 1, and we've got Michael on the right with Star Deck 3, rolling a big 8, and Michael getting a 5. The Eggman dice have been in my favor kind of lately, and I'm deciding if I want to go first or second. Kind of my rule of thumb previously is that going second is slightly better in what I've been seeing, but also Star Deck 3 also wants to go first, especially since they do have some level 1 cards that they can play. So I decided to go second anyways, and we'll see how that turns out for me. Again, I also want to say big shout outs to Michael for coming over for the stream. It was a lot of fun. And again, if you guys want to catch the full VOD, you can find it linked in the description. So we're going to keep our opening hand. Michael's going to mulligan by putting the original 5 to the bottom, draw a new 5, and then shuffle, and then put out the shields, and we are good to go. So there's the fist bump. We've got Michael on the right, able to go first, and already looking at that hand, he's got quite a few cards that he can play. So starting us off, we are going to play out the Zaku 1, just a level 1 cost 1/2. And when I first saw this card, I'm like, man, this is kind of underwhelming. This is kind of just a throwaway card. But now that we're kind of, have this archetype of aggression around it, this is a pretty menacing card that it's not even that difficult for it to be able to get out of an EX base with a little bit of help here. But no such luck on that one, going down to 2 HP on the EX base. And we're going to play out a couple more cards. Looks like the Zaku 2 as well as another Zaku 1 here. So passing it back, and I'm kind of worried about 3 units already established on the opposing board. So I'm going to have to see if there's any way that I can answer this aggression. So we're going to use the gun tank here. So this rests something with 2 HP or less. And we are actually going to end up using our EX resource, using the thoroughly damaged our Hayato there. That's going to be able to let us attack into the body there, and we're going to pass it right back. So currently we are at 3 HP, 2 AP, and we're going to pass it back to Michael. So I don't know if that was like a little bit greedy. I always feel like I use my EX resource a little bit too sparingly, and maybe to prevent them from getting in a couple more bits of damage, and establishing an attacker first is nice. I don't think they're going to be able to answer this cleanly either, but we'll see if that's the case. But it looks like we've got the Gaza D sleeves that's going to be able to boost up with support the Zaku 1 to get rid of that. We're going to do 1 more damage to get our base down to 1 HP and pass it right back. So the fact that my EX base, though, is still up, I think I'm feeling pretty good about. We do have the gun cannon here, just a 2/4. We don't have the link with the Kai there, but this, I think, is going to be able to help us get some good trades into this next turn, too. So we'll see what the damage is. It's going to be 1 damage into the EX base with the Zaku 1. Going down to now 5 shields attacking there with the Gaza, hitting a Gundam aerial bit on form. And then we still have a lot of resources from Michael, 4 whole resources to try to establish some stuff. So we got the Goof here. This being able to make another unit token, just even though it's a 1/1, the fact that most units are able to just do 1 damage all by themselves is really great. We are going to trade into the Zaku 1 here, taking that 1 damage, going down to 3 AP. We're going to play out the Zoworth as well, just a 3/2 blocker, so this could get some great blocking potential and some good trades, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for this one. So passing it back to Michael, going to level 5 here, and deciding what to do with all of these resources. And looks like it's going to start off with a close combat, one of the better cards, I think, from the Star Deck, just being able to do 2 damage to anything that does get rid of our blocker. And now I think there's going to be quite a large amount of aggression going into the first shield, hitting another Zowart from our shields. Another going down to 3 life. There is a Kai we could have used a little bit earlier, and then we do have the Amuro, which we do get to add to hand, so we do get a burst. It's on our 4th, we only have 2 shields left, but at least we got something. And then Michael's going to play out the base here. That is going to get out a 3/1 token. They're going to go down to 5 shields, and Going to pass it back. So still pretty up. Like, we could unironically lose next turn. So we do have to find some way to kind of stabilize at the spot. We are at level 5 right now too. So we do have some kind of good cards. We do have the Gundam Aerial LR here. So this is a 4/4. And then when paired, we do get to give something a -3. So luckily we do have the Soletta here as well. So that will let us get a link pair, which also means that we get to attack. I do make a bit of a mistake here. This is the first game that we do play. So I did give the token the -3 AP, and then we attack into the goof. We should have 2 damage on the Gundam Aerial here, so I do apologize for missing that one. And then we are playing the Demi Trainer for 1. So we are likely not losing next turn, but it is, you know, a little bit scary, and we are going to pass it back once again. All right, we got Michael going to attack 1. We're just going to trade while we can with our blocker. You're going to attack 2 into there. And then they are going to hit a base out of the shields here. So this is a little bit of good luck, being able to have that 5 HP. It will put us down to 0 shields, but I'm hoping that they don't have a way to clear it right away. And unfortunately, they do have the full frontal. So this pilot's actually kind of terrifying for the deck. It is a little expensive at level 6, but being able to play another Zeon token with it being the Char Zaku 2, that also gets them a lot of advantage. And I was hoping they didn't have the Char, and I hoped correctly, but man, it is looking pretty grim for us on our side, right? We're both kind of at low resources. We're just starting to stabilize, but being able to clear that base is really devastating for us. So we are going to play out another one of our Gundam Aerials, and we're going to have another link. So that is pretty fortunate for us. We're going to give the -3 to something here. It looks like we're deciding a little bit. It looks like we're actually going to play the Amuro pilot as well. This is just a regular pair, but that will let us get the rest on another unit here. So we are just going to trade into that. So I don't think that's the one who gave the AP -2. We're going to attack into there. So that was the one we got the AP -2. Get 2 resources back, 1 for each one of the Soletta attacks. And then we do have a Demi Trainer holding the line, our last line of defense. It's very close to losing, but we're not quite out of it yet. And, you know, there is a chance that, you know, Michael ends up just not getting as many units, or, you know, he was able to stop playing out units, but they also have a lot of ways to be able to get rid of, you know, some of these blockers or ignore them. And another copy of the Fall Mail there to play out another 3/1 token. We are going, you know, they are going down to 4 life. Like they did more shield damage than we've done. And another goof. This is obnoxious. When just any hit wins the game, being able to play out 5 bodies is pretty tough to deal with, and Michael is at 0 cards in hand. So I do need to try to find a way to answer this board, and we'll see if we do get there. So we are at level 7, so 7 resources to deal with. We do have the Gundam and the Amuro here, so that does help us get another attack as well as be able to attack into something. And looks like we're going to attack into the token here. That will let us get a, you know, we're taking 3 damage, but we will take 1 back anyways at the end of turn. I do know that one of these aerials should have 2 less HP, but I do think that we could have changed it up so 1 was a little bit less damaged. And we're just going to pass with 4 resources up. So 1 card left in hand for us. Going to attack with there, and we do have a response in the action step, which is the unforeseen incident. This will give it -3 AP, so they do not have enough AP to do damage, and I'm just hoping they don't have another unit to play here, and unfortunately they have Angelo's Gira Zulu, and this might just be it for us. So looking at the board, they do have 2 attacks, even if we do get rid of their other unit. And I think we do just kind of concede here, right? We do have the Kai, which can heal our units, but can't heal our shields. And we've got Michael with the winner with the Zeon Rush. But honestly, even though like the shield difference was pretty close, like we were actively really close from stabilizing and winning it there too. So I do think that these games are a little bit closer than what they look like shield life wise, but honestly a lot of fun. And again, we had a lot of fun games, a lot of close games, and you know what, I even won a couple here and there, so make sure to check that out and linked in the description. But that's going to be it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.